Week 2 has arrived for CRL Split 1 of League Play. I'm your host of this week's festivities, Vodable. Joining me for the first time is Chixa, then some returning faces of Bass from the Past and Danger Taco.
Any more feeler outmatch. We've already said the stakes of this format and this play are very high, and Sai up there on the double tap gets the first blood in this one.
This is exactly what we wanted to see from St. Clair. No hesitation to get this series started and to do so with a little bit of style. Promise, if you underestimate, they will punish. So will Matt, though. That's pre-jump. That's cool. That's a block from Arju.
And for now, we're seeing that aggression go across the field. A backflip that may leave an open shot for Tool. It's off the bar. Can Matt follow up? Jazii in the way. Gyro trying to come through. Gets the 50. Finds the finish. And West Virginia ties it up.
Very competent team with a very solid offense, but expect a little bit more here from St. Clair. After a good start, it has been anything but that since. That 1-0 quickly erased. It's 2-1 to West Virginia.
Has boost to work with, does get contested by Arju, but still, we see WVU able to contain this one, manage the 50, that's off the goal line. Still, it's a throwaway pass, one quick shot on net's all they give. Gyro, another 50, he manages to get it. Keeps this one out, and if he can manage the 50 with a little bit of support from Gyro, there's their transition, gets the touch through, and Matt has the play on transition.
It's not even just a touch. That's a pinch. Watch this man. He's trying to dodge demo, so he jumps over Jazii, pinches it against the ground, and right into the goal.
On their own side of the field, where's the contested? Finally comes through. That pinch may actually just be enough. It's a little too high. Gyro misses the read, and Jazii gets one because of it. With a minute left, they're only down by 1.
Already 2-0 down. And as much as they can start to kind of tighten up on offense or defense, need to make sure it's kind of an all-around game. Also not give up goals like that. Tool the shot on.
I mean, a lot of players right now for St. Clair need to step up.
No
and Tool manages to get that one. I saw the ball was halfway through the net, and somehow it gets saved. Another one by Tool denied. Another one by Matt denied. 3 back-to-back attempts.
Seem nervous about what's currently happening. Good example is they march down pitch, and immediately they're taking shots and not finding their first goal. Gyro's still there to contain this. It's definitely St. Clair that are on the offense, but nothing's been effective so far. Gyro got to be careful here. The second mistake from the veteran will cost him the first goal of game number 3. Gordon, there's no follow-up yet. Matt's low on boost, he can't do much. Gyro's low on boost, he can't do much. And try as you like, St. Clair will get a game in this series. Arju to secure it with 10 seconds to go. It kind of feels like both teams are waiting for a mistake. Somebody to slip up in the wrong place, and that's why you see them just kind of huddled around midfield. They know that if there is a mistake, they have to get them intercepted out at mid to take advantage of it. Equalizer here, 100 seconds left, but that is all they will get. And they cannot miss their opportunities. That's a bad one, especially with the transition the other way. Sai will make a touch, but channel. And here they are, potentially starting off their season 1 and 2. If they can't get a goal right now, and they do. Jazii to equalize with 74 to go.
I love the persistence out of St. Clair here. Everyone rotates through the middle field, offensively speaking.
Played the same opponents outside of CRL. It had been a little bit of a different story, and that's why we had the narrative that we did. But they're starting to show exactly why we state these two teams are as even as ever. That's an insane save, and play that is another opportunity missed for the St. Clair team.
Gyro has some boost to work with. He'll beat Sai here. The demo in the backfield by Matt leaves that net wide open, and WVU take advantage with limited time left on the clock.
That's a huge demo from Matt. I'm glad he gets the assist for it as well.
And Gyro comes through with a phenomenal assist upfield. This one by Tool contested to hit the ground. Tool can't put it in, but it touches the ground nonetheless, and WVU sneak the series win.
Were successful last semester. They're one of the best teams in the nation, but they're going to start this game potentially behind. That's a first-grade save, but he can't make it again.
In series, a lot of those half-hearted challenges ended up giving space to West Virginia that they took full advantage of, and you cannot afford to do so in a game like this and a team like this. You can exactly see the problem. Just settle for a 50. That's not a 50. That's the backboard. Hockser doesn't have this. The shot's on target.
Honestly, on that last one, Arju got such a good reset. It surprised me. I wouldn't be surprised if it surprised side too. Maybe this one, Jazii can try to make up. That's an excellent strike, and Hockser meets it with the save of the game off the inside of his corner.
Reverse sweep. You did that once today. It didn't work out. Doing it a second time, although it is Baylor, not West Virginia, who West Virginia right now are probably one of the top 3 teams in the CRL. Again, this is more what we're looking for. I can't believe I'm also just now realizing that's their first goal of the series. That is St. Clair's first goal of the series, and they do not concede immediately after. I was well prepared to state it matters not considering that play, but
on the defensive side as well. They're going to need to again because JT, that is a stellar pass. It won't get to its target, but how about the third? Andy, easy pickings.
with 3 minutes left.
Everyone on Baylor in the same corner, though. They're lucky that Clair wasn't a bit too serious. Problem is, Arju can turn anything into a scoring opportunity. The carry pass one, the deflection, the team bump. Jazii gets saved, I believe, by Arju. Sai can't get the double. Pandemonium in the backfield. They're certainly on a rate to do that. Problem is, he's making sure it's consistent and leaving no gaps. Missed by Sai. Jazii left alone in the backfield, and he does with it well. He's going to go straight to the ceiling.
That's what I want to see out of them. I asked for earlier. They need to keep the ball close, and these are the rewards for doing so.
Pop that up and above. It is wide open on the contest. He's going to go for the flip reset double. And is that the penalty? JT wide open. Never going to miss that.
That was an overcomplication from St. Clair, in my opinion. They had multiple chances there, especially on that one from Jazii. Throwing it to the backboard with the defense already completely flustered and one player all the way out at mid. You have to at least threaten the net.
Everything's fine, and everything's fine, everything's fine. I'm going to take a slight risk. Oh, it's in my net. It just immediately gets punished. So Baylor showing, yes, even us, we can do that. But hey, it's the same on the other end. Arju, a laser right at JT, and he's not able to handle it.
Arju, you want to share the wealth a little bit here? You're the only player scoring for your team so far. That's 3 goals in just 2 games.
And that's why I talk about game number 1. I mean, back in the day, it used to be kind of the staple game for figuring things out. And now sometimes it's not about being able to aim perfectly. It's just about being able to absolutely torch a player to an aerial.
I gotta appreciate that this was basically the entirety of St. Clair going, he's not gonna hit this, right? Not really sure what just happened for Baylor. They're very lucky they didn't concede. They still could. Off the backboard, Jazii's there and the shot's high. And he does have some boost in the pinch on outside. Pops it out the corner and Hockser. Shot on target, just trying to test Jazii, and it will not work. One more chance here. The back pass to Andy. Arju in the way. Jazii and Arju up. This one's off the backboard. It hits the ground. The double cannot make it in. And St. Clair, thank your lucky stars. Arju, not a great first touch, but he's got the drop down to side. That's Hockser floating, and he shoots it right at Hockser.
Just waiting for exactly that. It deflects out to Andy. Now into Hockser in the corner. Arju does have the read. Jazii, you gotta play hero. The slow play takes away that possibility. After all of that, Baylor coming out with another dub.
To their usual. This is more we expected them last year. Pre-jumps off the ceiling, dives in places you wouldn't expect, and maybe not conceding a goal here. Oh my goodness, how did you get away with that one?
As he possibly could. Hockser getting bumped in goal. Back post shot, and he's still able to recover. What a player.
That's got to hurt a little bit, considering the in and out is kind of what sunk the ship last time.
Andrew, you can't be doing it to him like that. Arju had an open double. I believe he had a reset as well, and he's not going to get it. So Sai says, fine, I'll take the boring finish. Let's just throw that one in a weird position and maybe force Andy into something awkward. I love the pass by Arju, though. Not being sure if he can get that shot off, so just spiking into the ceiling to beat that final challenge. We know this is going to be fine. Okay, we can just reset, get some boost.
Arju has been by far the most impressive player for this team so far. A great example as he does it again. He said, look, you left me out of the scoring conversation for like 20 seconds. Get me back into it. In cycle, and although they haven't so far, offense definitely in favor of St. Clair. They'll get us started with 75 off.
JT probably in between different options. He's thinking, well, I can probably lob that down, but at the very least, you don't have to probably get back. You need to make sure you don't give that man an open look. Weird deflection, but everybody forward for Baylor.
The pinch of the series. I don't think this needs to be argued. Blooming here for Baylor. Finally a chance, and the shot goes off target, and it's a passing play now. Hockser in a 1v1, the double off the backboard. Never mind, it's a pass. Fake him out, draw him out, and Jazii says night-night.
Really well done by Arju here. I don't even know necessarily if he sees that defender, but he knows I have to put it to the back post, and if you over-adjust, it's fine, because I don't know, golden boot, golden bumper? We'll figure that out later. But right now, Baylor has to figure out some offense, and they do. Good job, JT, but maybe a little too late for that one.
Well, hold on now. We talked a lot about kickoffs today. I don't know if Baylor has scored a kickoff goal. It's been mostly St. Clair scoring kickoff goals. But.
Within the desk, this is a team that plays fast, they're mechanical, and most importantly, they are aggressive. Ooh. Hey, on cue, Chilli slapping Hockser into the net. Pass, gets ahead of it, and takes off all the power.
What a turn by JT. I don't know if he can find the angle here. Off target, follow up by Andy and North.
He maybe is a bit too eager. I think maybe wants to be let off his leash and be allowed to chase, but at the very least, you gotta stay home and get these saves. He's not able to react to this one from Chilli right over his shoulder. And the catch goes to the corner, trying to rescue it. Out in front, Andy, no boost, no problem, up until Gman forces it off the post.
But does have North in front of him. JT gets to it first, does have Andy in midfield. He's able to get a couple of touches. I don't think he had that one planned, but it works on out for JT.
Works on out is a great way to describe that, Jigsaw, because ultimately you just shoot that one forward and it deflects right back into him. You know what? And understanding that most of the time, if you do, it's going to go in the middle and you have someone to cheat up. Speaking of JT, he's going to get rewarded. That's his second, Baylor's third. It's only 90 seconds in.
With a demo on chilli, meaning the third man last back isn't just there yet. The shot here, another one. JT wasn't ready for it initially, but can follow up. And another one for Baylor off the demo.
I think North could use all the inspiration he needs. He's been a little bit quiet, I would say, in this series based on what we've seen from him. So maybe they can get back into it, or maybe JT going to continue to rack up stats. And I also like how he does it too. A lot of people are saying, oh, that's such a weak shot, but that's the thing. That's the reason why it goes in. Hello.
Just leaving it for Andy. Andy up in the air, is not contested. Flip reset here. Hockser on the follow-up, and a great bit of trickery on that play for Baylor to manage it out.
Yeah, they talk about air dribble bumps being super unguardable within high-level Rocket League. I would say this is probably the second. You have a reset, you have another play creeping up.
Beating past a couple. Gman is backwards here, looking for the shot, manages to find it, but Andy back on it. JT falling, Andy in the way. Chilli just built different, pushes on through, and there's one for OKC. Somehow still has so much boost to work with, and is able to get it that much farther upfield. Time has run out for OKC. Andy, one last 50, and this game is over for OKC.
Spectacular defensive play by JT to pre-jump that read and then be able to follow that one through. Andy putting just the cherry on top of this game, being able, and for the most part, being able to at least keep the ball in just weird pockets of space or handing it off at the appropriate moment. Chilli going low, I like it. 2 players in his way, and it's not a problem. Victory.
Taking it up as Hockser gets a bomb. Andy on the follow-up, and that's a great transition upfield for Baylor. He was able to get one there. North, I think to this one first, has an open net. The contest comes too late, and now back-to-back. OKC can score.
North trying to get his first goal, and says, Gman says, no, me first. I'm going to grab this away. Let's call it a goal secure, but at the very least...
50 earlier was because he hesitated. He needs to decide whether or not he's going for it, or he's not. Much quicker than that. How that stayed out. Sure that he goes for this ball, or he decides to stay back. He has to make his decisions much quicker. Ooh, what a save. Taco? Oh.
Off the post, that's a brutal one. I was shocked on this one, but hey, it's still going. JT top shelf, triple commit nearly, but triple needed to be able to keep that one out. My goodness, OKC wondering how long do they have to survive? Everybody in front of the goal, back post effort again, and nothing doing on that one. OKC, you just need one more save. Jigsaw, absolute madness, but they pull through.
This one across net. Andy deflects it away. North the follow-up. All 3 of them commit and manage to find the save, but can they come back? Get back to the rotation. JT waiting patiently. Andy back up. Has boost to work with, but no contest coming through. North has a lot of space to work with. Flip reset right underneath the bar, and North finds his opportunity.
North is going to be the guiding light, the star in the sky that you can rely on. He's not usually the player we highlight, but that is a real making play.
Again, worried. JT fighting between 2 different situations. North of back-to-back goals.
And right now they have to make sure that they are not overcomplicating things. Andy downfield, nothing complicated about that. He's just lurking in the shadow of that last defender.
Oh my goodness, I did not see it coming. Sometimes it's hard to see on the spectator cam who's lurking upfield, but Andy has been looking to cherry pick.
KC, their third man is away. It's up to Andy to try to generate something on his own, and nearly does, if not for Chilli.
I love his patience, and now more patience. What? This one almost threading the mark. Andy back on it, sends it down. Can Hockser find the angle? No! North manages to find the save. JT follow-up bar down, and we are tied in game 5.
You You gotta say it's deserved. He gets that saved off 2 players and the bar. The follow-up also goes off the bar into player, but this time the reverse order. Either one of these squads, are we destined for a Game 5 OT? Maybe out of Andy has his way. That's a demo on the goal line. A double on the goal line. OKC was able to survive last time, but not with a Hockser pass down to Andy. Just robbed away. Yes, indeed. It's gonna have to go to one final golden goal.
Oh no.
No. Not only that, but he has a reset and a lead block and a roller off the post. Gman, is this your time? No double. Hockser clean read just over the top of North. North, slow play, past JT, not past the post. Hockser with no boost. Andy, he's the only one, and he's getting harassed. That back post, it's chilli, it's top shelf. OKC endures for a Game 5 victory, sacrificing so much to get into league play, and now finally has a win to celebrate.
Do not believe it's going to stay this way. I'm ready to see the slugfest back and forth, but it could be 2-0. That's an open net. That's another one. Not far enough to get past tcorrell, who is just diving at Zineel. This one back out center. Garrett's there, and Creamz prepared with a save, which is a bit odd because I don't know if we've ever seen this type of struggle for Winthrop against any other team, both in CRL and in outside play. So good start here for Northwood, but they gotta hold on. That shot barely turned away by Zineel. Would seem to have a game plan, and they're playing to that game plan with every approach. All right, well, now I'm not really sure what I can say here. Actually help out Northwood as he clears this all the way to the corner. He will take over again. Zineel pre-jump on the ceiling, catches the entire defense by surprise, and I didn't know Creamz demoed, but it opens the lane, 3-1 to Northwood.
All right, I'm just gonna delicately take this. Zineel, how about no? Immediate challenge and dunks that one into the ceiling, and I love challenges like that. It's exactly why going off the ceiling can be used. Kept it close, but let's remember, those first 15 seconds, we had 2 goals. So ultimately, we might not have as early of goals, but how is that gonna go in off the pinch?
Do we just kind of like give these up? Because this is the second one you and I have now casted in a very short time frame. What is that? Perfectly on target this time. They didn't need the finish.
Of the ability that you do garner. If you're able to force pressure, if you're able to get these 50s, you gotta take them. Garrett wins that 50 with a crossbar. Winthrop still able to get on these reads, or so I thought. Again, Zineel gonna dust him, but the crossbar is saying absolutely not.
Nobody there from Winthrop. Maybe playing this one a bit more safe than sorry. Is that gonna be a mistake?
Who had a bit better of an angle for it. Problem is you're gonna have to keep that coordination up, especially since Garrett is out for blood, getting bumps. tcorrell following up, just making sure you're around the play because Garrett's gonna make one.
This felt inevitable, just so much pressure, and Garrett just completely clearing the lane there at that point. No, I'm old. Oh, okay, cool. Great revelation for me. 3.5 minutes to go here in this game, and finally Zineel will shut me up. Get some extra pressure on Winthrop that I don't know how Winthrop are handling. So far, so good, but a double here could be a problem, or the fake out instead. Zineel sees the last defender jump, and hockE says, bet, I got you. They see the goal, and before, the biggest ways that they were getting goal was through just literally shooting it on targets. And this is the man that's been doing that.
Gonna harass tcorrell, and now with one final heave, Percy is gonna get past one. Garrett a second. tcorrell goes for the bump, and he doesn't make contact. Near post, hockE, nothing in the tank, just gonna chuck that one into midfield for Garrett. And it's only tcorrell having anything in the tank. He's gotta rely on Percy to deliver some form of dagger, but no, it's the Northwood Wolfpack enduring, and they're gonna march on forward, taking the lead in the series. You can see tcorrell waiting for it, but even there, Zineel doing supremely well to be able to play his role positionally, and same with hockE to be able to deny Percy one of his first goals.
Key here for Winthrop. One bad challenge on defense and things could completely fall apart.
Creamz. Nice save and the continuation. How about Dan Sebastian? Another one. How about another one? Percy, how fast are you? Fast enough to get that save, but how about try number 2 from Creamz?
Space here. Maybe now Winthrop can start to settle down and just start to find an approach. That's a great play. That's a great shot. That is what Winthrop have been looking for.
With an open shot, Winthrop is never going to miss that. Well, Bass, it looks like we might get our Game 5, but that's all about Winthrop closing this out. Garrett saying, absolutely, I need to see Champions Field.
If they all of a sudden start giving extra space to Northwood, this could be a problem, especially as Zineel up with the demo, 1v1 off the backboard, and Garrett gets the touch. hockE to follow it up, but goodness, for a second it looked like Garrett was the hero again.
Zineel, the reset, the double, no, it's the crossbar instead. Luckily, he's just gonna do the rest of the work, bumping tcorrell out of the way.
Would be a problem, but considering we're under 2 minutes to play, honestly, I respect the attitude, the full send, and the reward for it. Percy to tie us up.
Maybe they can rely on a miss. Be opportunistic here. Percy dances past one. Garrett near post somehow. hockE gets back. Yeah, he might give away the midfield, but at the very least, he'll be ready for everything else. tcorrell not ready for this one. It's a demo. Creamz doesn't have the angle. What a missed opportunity.
He could have just shot that one early, and it would have been a goal, but instead he tried to buy time for Zineel to not show that the demo was coming. Unfortunate start here from Northwood has multiple chances, none of them converted. How about this one? hockE sees that pass, 6 ways to Sunday, and says goodnight. 2-1, 3-2 in the series. Northwood take down Winthrop.
Third time's the charm in OT. How about a demo to boot? Getting out that aggression, that frustration of being rejected by the woodwork. None involved there. Winthrop is the #1 team in CRL. Let's maybe double check that one. We need the fact checkers to be able to get on it because Northwood still playing at the top of their game.